We start with developing news on this Monday morning. Yet another Albuquerque police shooting.
That's right. In this case, frightened shoppers were ducking for cover when police opened fire near a mall yesterday in northeast Albuquerque. News 13's Samantha McDonald is live near Wyoming and Indian School, where Sam, I guess it was a pretty active crime scene well into the night. How are things now?
Good morning, Elizabeth. Well, there's not much left to see of what happened here, but I'm told that yesterday, Wyoming looked a little bit like a war zone. Police cars lined the streets as detectives searched for answers. Now, this all started, we're told, by police with a call to 911 just after 2 p.m. A woman said she was worried about the man she was with, asking police to come arrest him. Police spotted the man near the large shopping center at Wyoming and Northeastern, and gunfire broke out.
There was a confrontation between the officers and this male subject. The officers did discharge their firearms.
Chief Banks says multiple officers opened fire, but he couldn't say whether that man had any kind of weapon. He says officers did call out before pulling the trigger, and they rendered aid to the suspect, who was transported to UNMH in critical condition. Now, we understand the suspect has 12 felony warrants out for his arrest, and as to why officers opened fire near a busy mall, Chief Banks says that's still under investigation. Back to you.
Okay, Samantha, thank you. When this all went down, as I mentioned, shoppers went running for cover. You're going to hear from folks from the shopping center coming up in the next half hour. The story is still unfolding for the very latest on APD's most recent officer-involved shooting. Stay with us. KRQE News 13 on air and online at krqe.com.
At 5:03 and some other news this morning, FBI agents are now trying to figure out what happened where an officer was shot on Laguna Pueblo this weekend and shot someone in the leg. We're told about 10 Saturday night, Laguna police got a domestic violence call. When they got to a home, they heard gunshots from inside, then shotgun pellets grazed one officer's head. Well, he shot back and hit someone inside in the leg. That person was rushed to UNMH. We are told both should survive. All right, you know the phrase, no good deed goes unpunished, right? Well, it is one phrase that a woman in Santa Fe is likely to remember for the rest of her life.
Her good deed apparently almost got her kidnapped, if not worse. Around 3 Sunday morning, a 26-year-old woman who was leaving a bar noticed a guy behind her. Police identify that guy as Ryan Catron. He indicated to her that he was deaf and asked to use her cell phone, typing out a message that he needed a ride. The woman agreed to give him a ride, telling police that she thought she was just doing a good deed until...
She says he reached out and started strangling her. She said that lasted for about 20 seconds, and at the same time, he was pushing her inside the vehicle. She kicked him off of her, kind of scrambled to the passenger seat, was able to unlock the passenger door and escape out that side of the car.
The woman, according to authorities, managed to flag down a security guard and called 911. Police found Catron and arrested him. He is now facing kidnapping and battery charges. And we have learned that this guy is a convicted felon. He has a child solicitation charge out of Indiana, according to authorities. We are hoping to learn more about a train derailment from over the weekend that killed 3 railroad employees right here in New Mexico. This is video of the scene on Saturday. The freight train operated by Southwest Railroad Incorporated derailed outside of Silver City around noon. Part of the train plunged 40 feet down a ravine. Police say Donald White of Silver City, Stephen Corse, and Ann Thompson, both of Arizona, died. No one else was on the train. We now know the identity of a woman who authorities say was found bound and naked outside of Eddy County Friday morning. The sheriff's office tells us the woman is 24-year-old Ana Villegas of Seminole, Texas. She went missing on November 21st. Over the weekend, the Office of the Medical Examiner determined that she died of asphyxiation. A hunter found the woman's body near the Pecos River north of Loving. Anyone with information is asked to call the Eddy County Sheriff's Office.
Well, the federal government says the number of homeless people here in New Mexico is on the decline, but not everyone agrees. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development says the number of homeless people here has decreased by more than 650 since 2010. The agency measures homelessness on a single night in January of each and every year. One local shelter says those numbers may sound great, but they're quite deceiving.
When readers, viewers see numbers like that, the immediate idea or the immediate thought is, oh, whoopee-doo, we've caused a real dent in the number of homeless. You haven't. You've just shoved the numbers around from one place to the other.
Joy Junction says HUD's information does not include all aspects of homelessness, including families staying at motels or at other people's homes. But if you're in a giving mood, you now have a chance to nominate a U.S. troop, a police officer, or firefighter to get a new roof for the holidays. All you have to do is write a short essay explaining why they deserve it. BAC Enterprises of Albuquerque is donating the roof, and 2 Casa is hosting the contest. That would be our sister station, 2 Casa. You have until 11:59 tonight. It is before midnight to nominate someone. Then viewers will go ahead and vote for the top 3. The winner will be selected by a panel of judges. Go to casa.com for all of the details.